Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spoken Word Sunday with Granddaddy G, episode 78, The Job Interview. A lot of people are starting off the new year looking for new jobs and going on job interviews. So I found this story that I wrote, which is a true story about a job interview I went on years ago when I worked as a sales rep in the air cargo industry. So here is the job interview. Unemployed as I am, I went on another job interview yesterday. A man named Jim called me and asked me to come to his office in Tarzana. He instructed me to be sure and park on the residential street next to his building. As I pulled up to a parking space, I noticed the sign, 1 hour only. Well, I hope this is quick, I thought. I took a deep breath and said, okay, here we go. I walked into the office suite and was greeted by two middle-aged women behind steel desks. The strong scent of Chinese food slapped me in the face as I entered. I'm here to see Jim, I said cautiously to the first woman. Barry, there's someone here to see you, the second woman shouted. A voice from behind a closed door shouted back, okay, have him fill out an application. Here's an application. Have a seat over there, she said. After completing the application, I felt confused. I hate filling out paper applications after I already sent them my resume. I wondered, what is an air cargo company doing in Tarzana, 20 miles from the airport? And also, who's Barry? I thought I was supposed to see Jim. Suddenly, the door sprung open. How you doing? I'm Barry. A short, stocky man reached out his hand to shake mine. Barry had huge eyeballs that looked like big blue marbles. He wore a dress shirt, but no tie or jacket. We have a code we use when we place ads, he said. My name is Barry, but in the ad, we use Jim. So I thought, let me get this straight. We're meeting with Barry, who online is Jim, but in person, he's Barry. Okay. Then come the questions. He rattled them off like a lightning round on a TV game show. All the typical stuff. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your strongest qualities? What can you bring to our company? Why do you want this job? Then the interview took a crazy turn. Barry leaned forward and looked me in the eye and said, now suppose you and I are at a company picnic this summer. We're eating hot dogs, we're drinking sodas, we're farting, we're burping. At this point, I leaned back in my chair a little. Let's say I ask you, what would be the one thing you wish you would have said to me during this interview? I was at a loss for an answer. I was still trying to get over the farting and burping part. After a moment of silence, he said, we'll get back to that. And then he said, let me ask you this. Let's say our customer gives us a shipment and on our paperwork, they show it weighs 100 pounds. We weigh it and find it actually weighs 200 pounds. How much weight do we charge the customer for? Well, I answered 200 pounds, the amount it actually weighs. Then Barry asked, how much do we tell the airlines it weighs? Again, I answered 200 pounds. Barry looked at me disappointedly and said, Both your answers are wrong. My heart sank because I knew what was coming. Barry said, we tell the airlines that the shipment weighs 100 pounds because that's what the customer told us, and we charge the customer 250 pounds. That way we pay less and make more. Well, at this point, I realized Barry and Jim are crooks, and I just wanted to leave. I stood up and said, Barry, I'm sorry, but I think my parking meter time has expired, so I really have to go. But thanks for your time. He watched me leave without saying a word. Oh well, I guess I wasn't the one he was looking for. And that's a true story of my interview with Barry. I'm sure eventually he found someone to give him the correct answer to that question. But it taught me a lesson to always be honest in business transactions, and I tried to do that from there forward. And I encourage you to do the same. When I finally did get a job, my coworker noticed that every morning when I came to work, I worked for a teleservices company in Glendale. My cubicle was right to the left of the door, and I would do the same thing every day. Every morning when I would arrive, and my coworker pointed it out to me, so I made up a little song and we used to laugh about it. But this is the song about my daily routine. I walk through the door and slide to the left. I walk through the door and slide to the left. I walk through the door and slide to the left. I slide right over to my desk. I turn on the computer to check my email. Why is this machine as slow as a snail? I have to call all these people on the phone. Most of them wish that we'd leave them all alone. I got home from work and turn on the TV news. Most of what I see just gives me the blues. Don't know how I can make it through another day, especially when I'm broke. 2 days after payday, I walk through the door and slide to the left. I walk through the door and slide to the left. I walk through the door and slide to the left. I slide right over to my desk. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. If you're looking for a job, I wish you the best of luck. Be honest in all of your business and personal transactions and dealings. And I'll see you next Sunday on Spoken Word Sunday with Granddaddy G.